Hello, 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 sir. All right, now we're about to jump back into this. How's everybody doing? I've been away a little while. I've been busy, but um, always, always thinking about what the last thing I said on these videos, and they kind of are continuous. So usually, if you're just watching my channel for the first time, you might want to go back and watch the video before that one because I'm gonna be tapping into it a lot. This one is titled Mardi Gras, right? Because the last video I did was on this. I'll show you, Perry the Magic. And so I've been going with this theme through the Holy Megillah, where it's teaching us about the green wizard to the white rose. And in the last video, it talked about Perry, and I went to where Yeshua is talking, and he said the uniqueness of you. He's talking about Perry is that he was his name before he came into this incarnation in this world, his first spark, and that even before the establishment of Madhebah, by the sparks that soon followed your birth, you followed us rather than reside in any one heavenly abode. All right, so then I want to talk about Madhebah a little more and tell you how every time I say it in my mind, I feel and hear Mardi Gras. And I started doing a little research, looked up into some connections about what Mardi Gras was, and I was pretty shocked because Mardi Gras is a Christian holiday, it says, and popular cultural phenomenon that dates back thousands of years to pagan spring fertility rites, also known as Carnival or Carnival. It's celebrated in many countries around the world, mainly those with large Roman Catholic populations, on the day before the religious season of Lent begins. Okay, so I was shocked because I didn't know it was a Christian holiday. I've never been to Mardi Gras, but what I realized is that it has a lot of similarities to it, talking about this high heaven. Let me go there now in the Holy Megillah. We were reading from it last time in my video before this one about Madhebah and who first spark would have been. He would have been considered what they call an Alef. Plural is Alefim, but let's see. Yes, we're reading from here. This is from the Holy Megillah Nazarean Bible. This is in the New Testament part, the Holy Godspell, chapter 8. And this particular part we're reading is from the childhood events of Miriam and 7 gifts from the Alefim to Miriam on the occasion of her 7th birthday. So when she was 7 years old, it's recorded that the Alefim visited her and Ishael, and I'll eventually get into who Ishael was because that goes with what I want to talk about is the angels of the tree of life, the chief angels that, and like I said in the last video, right here is where we're going to get to it because it says right here, for it is the will of the Lord and Lady that the chief angels of the branches and roots in each world be from that world. Okay. Because we're talking about Madhebah being the primal center of the Mother Ovum. This is where the Alefim are from. It says, lo, each Alef, and it tells us that Alefim is plural for the word Alef. And Alef in the Nasarean Hebrew means elves. Okay, it says, look how close it's noted, A-L-E-F and then just E-L-F, all right? It says Aleph is also the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet because Aleph is the first letter and symbolizes the primal. Primal means first, air of being. In the Mattanah, chapter 6, verse 86, as also in primal, first, subtle energy of existence. Various authorities report that the original meaning of the letter A, or Aleph, is primal energy, and in Hebrew has the numerical value of number 1, the first number. It is the perfect name for the first race of creatures created by Elohim in the Mother Ovum. Not only are the Alefim the first race of beings to emerge from the great dance of Jah and Jahlah, but significantly, no member of the Alefim has ever fallen out of a heavenly realm into a hell realm, though they might visit hell realms or contested worlds on missions of mercy. And then it goes, I'll put this in the description box because it goes into their fictional accounts of elves and how they portray them as dark or evil. But in this Nasarean account, no, there's no such thing as an evil elf. All right. Y'all know if y'all watch The Lord of the Rings, they had all that stuff in there, man. They had all this stuff in there. Okay, so the Alefim are the original residents of the highest heaven within the Mother Ovum, the golden realm called Madhebah, along with other less humanoid but similarly exalted races, such as the unicorns. So this is the residence of Madhebah, the highest heaven. It is important to note that though Madhebah was the original homeland of Alefim, unicorns, and other exalted creatures of the primordial Eden, this Eden existed long before the Edens of other worlds, including ours. Okay. So as the highest heaven of the Mother Ovum, it is now the home of all beings who ascend to that level. All beings. So there's all kind of creatures there. So you talk about elves. So, all right, now, so we know about Madhebah and how it's saying that. Now I'm going to go back over to this Mardi Gras and show you some of these weird costumes and things that they have for this Mardi Gras and say, I mean, is this an elf? Is this supposed to represent these creatures from this highest realm that is just not human? It said less human, right? Let me go back there for a second. I thought I was going to get a lot to show you guys in this video, but we're running out of time. And so I'm going to have to make a second part to this because I didn't even get to read to you. But it says less, okay, it's the golden realm. The Alefim are the original residents of the highest heaven within the Mother Ovum, the golden realm called Madhebah, along with other less humanoid but similarly exalted races. Okay, so I'm saying, what are these costumes all about that they do, right, at Carnival? Now, it's either called Mardi Gras or Carnival, also known as Carnival. So I looked up Carnival, right? Check this out. So the word Carnival, I guess, is the definition is a pre-Lent festival, right? But they give you right here the definition of where the word came from in the Latin. But the carnival, the merrymaking and festivity that takes place in the Roman Catholic countries in the last days and hours before the Lent season. The derivation of the word is uncertain, though it is possible can be traced to the medieval Latin carneum lavarium or carne lavarium, which means to take away or remove meat. Right? This coincides with the fact that Carnival is the final festival before the commencement of the assured 40 days of Lent, during which Roman Catholics in early times fasted, abstained from eating meat, and followed other aesthetic practices. All right. Now, that blew my mind away, but it also brought me back to the fact that we do have a word called carnivore that explains when you say someone that eats meat, you know, and then you have cannibalism where they eat their own kind. But carnivore means that they eat meat. So carnival means that you don't eat meat. And I just dropped the mic right there because Madhebah, the highest heaven, the first creatures that never fell, come on. And this realm of these magical creatures, as a matter of fact, because that's what it says about them. I'm going to read a little bit more about, so Madhebah, which is the highest heaven within the Mother Ovum and is the Alefim's homeland, right? So it's the highest heaven within the Mother Ovum, but heaven most high is higher still, being the abode of Jah and Jahlah. That is outside of the Mother Ovum. The Alefim are born in Madhebah, okay, and they are the vanguard of the body of Christ, the chief helpers of the Lord and Lady. No Aleph has ever fallen into evil. Okay, they were the first creatures created from the dance of the Lord and Lady. I read this in the description, but I'm just trying to show you that this Madhebah would definitely be in relation to this Carnival, this removing meat to get here. And I wanted to show you guys so much more, but we're already in, 1 second. We're already in going into 11 minutes, but I wanted to read to you where Yeshua talks about this is, this is still the, now this is the New Testament, chapter 62, a sermon by Yeshua at the Nasarean Mother Temple in Alexandria. And I don't do this whole, I have a video about this. This is teachings on the symbols for contemplation and the concepts for contemplation related to the root forces and branch forces of the Essene tree of life. So this is still in regards to what I want to talk about. It talks about Gilgala. It talks about the forces and the angels, because there's angels that there's angels of the tree of life. So, but I skipped down here because I've done a video. Let me show you that video real quick. It's on my channel, and it's Yeshua teaching on the emerald tablets of the phoenix, Thoth, and the infinity symbol. All right, I'm gonna just make this short as possible, but you might want to go watch this because I only do one paragraph that he's talking about this, the phoenix, Thoth, and we all know who Thoth is, but in this Holy Megillah, they're telling us that he's from that Madhebah, that highest heaven. And that this is real good. One day I'll be able to do some of these things for you guys after I get enough stuff up there for you to be able to reference about these branch forces and root forces. But this is Yeshua talking now. He talks about the phoenix is a symbol of eternal life and spiritual ascension. I'm just going to scroll through there because he says a lot. Here are some true facts about the species of heavenly birds of Madhebah. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about Mardi Gras, Madhebah. They are called phoenix by various traditions, and about the particular phoenix that has long been particularly a good friend of our religion and of the order I represent, Green Wizards of the White Rose. This is Yeshua talking. I emphasize the term particularly good friend because in action, it is an actual initiatic title bestowed on this particular phoenix by our order, as the Nasarean emerald tablet scrolls make clear. Thoth of Madhebah was intimately involved in the beginnings of our world, of our order in this world. All right. So it says there are both male and female of this species called phoenix, right? And the phoenix Thoth appears in a variety of modes and colors, including sometimes in the body of a small hummingbird with a golden head. Now he's telling you that there's heavenly birds of Madhebah, right? Makes me think of those costumes that they wear with all those feathers and colors, right? Now it says that even this wizardess Gilgala, which is who I want to bring to you, she ended up being the angel of eternal life for this world. She rides him in the fields of dreams and other high pastures, spreading the magical feathers of mercy in acts of serendipitous kindness. Another name of Thoth is serendipitous kindness they gave him in this Holy Megillah. Another name of Thoth. Because Thoth is a phoenix, all right? And he's from The best translation in the human language of the Madhebah word Thoth is indeed serendipitous kindness, because Thoth often chooses to appear wearing the colors of the rainbow. He is often called the rainbow phoenix. Even when wearing the colors of the rainbow, his head is typically golden. All right, to symbolize spiritual gold. And then Herman rode this phoenix back in the time when everybody, that Egyptian stuff. So yeah, y'all should check this video I did, because it's called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth in the Holy Megillah. Yeah, so they keep on going. These three Madhebah species. So there are various species that serve the tree of life in Madhebah. The heavenly birds that we call by the word phoenix are but one. Two other Madhebah species are the Alefim and the unicorn. These three Madhebah species work closely together, often going on missions together to serve the tree of life in other realms. Thoth is particularly known to serve the tree of life in the seventh heaven associated with our star, especially ministering to our world, the former first heaven in that chain, but now a contested world. The heavenly birds of Madhebah that we call Phoenix have certain abilities. They can instantly appear in a chosen location or instantly vanish from a location. And though their own language is a sweet bird song, they have the ability to communicate telepathically. Phoenix Thoth is especially noted for his link to the Nasarean Emerald Tablets. This rainbow phoenix is often called Thoth of Madhebah because his origins is Madhebah. All right. Although Thoth is a Madhebah word, that word found its way into human languages as well as Madhebah as well. The Madhebah origins of the word being unknown by the scholars of this era. Yeah, I had never heard, I'm not a scholar of this era, but I consider myself like trying to look into stuff, and I've never heard of Madhebah, right? But it started ringing to me that this place, Madhebah, in this Holy Megillah, is talking about a seventh heaven, and they do this ritual, Carnival, which we found out just now that it means to remove meat. It even comes before this Lent festival, and it's been celebrated for a long time. For a long time. They don't connect it. I guess they say that in French. Wait, let me move that thing. Mardi Gras dates back thousands of years to the boisterous pagan celebrations of spring and fertility in Rome. The holiday grew into its present form in heavily Roman Catholic countries and became a prelude to Lent. So it does have something to do with eating. I know they say that in French, the French later dubbed that Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, Mardi Gras, which translates into Fat Tuesday, unless they weren't saying Mardi Gras. But as far as we know, we don't speak French, but they ended up telling us. Now, I'm not saying Mardi Gras doesn't mean Fat Tuesday. I'm tired of this thing. Every time I try to point to something, so y'all just got to look at the screen. But I'm not saying that Mardi Gras doesn't mean Fat Tuesday. That's what it translates to. But the original, if they were trying, the word itself is so close to Madhebah, and it has to do with, like, if you go and you look up, like, but look at all of these colors and what I just read about the colors and the feathers of Thoth and these birds, these first creatures, less humanoid. Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing another video on this a little more, okay, guys, because I don't let this go to 20 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we got to get into this more, because not only Perry the Magid was one of those, it does tell us that they've never fallen, but they do visit contested worlds on missions of mercy. And some of them, so there's so much more to this I wish I could do. And so some people here, in this incarnation, just like when the time recorded with Yeshua that Perry had came prior to that's that video y'all want to go watch, the one before this one. He was saying that Perry had came before their incarnation to prepare the green wizards for when the Lord and the Lady incarnated, so that there would be an order already established that they could, you know, it says, see, you, Perry, came to this world before the birth of the Lord and Lady to prepare our green wizards for our coming, and you have done well. So that's just another place in the video before this one where Yeshua was talking about these creatures from the highest heaven, Madhebah, and that they're wizards. And they can visit this world, these contested lower hell worlds, on missions of mercy. And so you never know who you are, but all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm making sure I didn't leave anything out. But yes, this is where I was reading from about Thoth of Madhebah. This is chapter 62. I got a video on that specific part because Thoth is from Madhebah, and he's a bird, and he sometimes appears, it says, as a rainbow. And then those Alefim, those elf, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.